Welcome to Life 15.9. In this episode, we do the Desecrated Temple of Vol out in the Orchard of the Macabre on a Reaper 6 Skull. I'm actually recording the intro separately. I'm going to put it over the intro I did at the time because, well, things go a little wrong in the first room once we get down below. And I thought I was going to ditch the video at that point, but I decided it was a good example of how things can go wrong. In fact, it's a good example of the exact scenario that I was hoping to avoid and that I'm talking about avoiding in the video. So I wanted to keep it to show that. And so when we go down below in the very first sort of square room off to the side, I talk about how strategy in Reaper mode is to pull as many mobs out as you can before just running in the room and aggroing everything. And that way you can kill like about half the mobs and then go in and kill the rest. But you also want to be careful to go into the room together because the gate can come up. In this case, one person ran to the room, but then backed out. The gate comes up, and I'm in the room with somebody else's soulstone. So it's just me, and we get separated. And so that's a bad scenario. A scenario you want to really try to avoid when you're running this quest. And then we had 3 Reapers to deal with or I had 3 Reapers to deal with once I got over there, so that made a bad situation even worse. And so now I got to deal with those Reapers on my own, and then the rest of the party, which is just 3 people, now have to fight their way around the other way with just the 3 of them. Alright, on to Desecrated Temple of Vol. So with me today I got White Buffalo, who's Little Mama from Reaper Life, Ina Murata, also from Reaper Life, the Duke of Hurl, another guildie, and then Mini Blade, too, an old friend of mine I've known him for most of the time I've been playing DDO. We've grouped on and off quite a bit over the years, and he actually was tanking the R5 live stream we did of Vision of Destruction that we did during Reaper Life. So he's been in at least that video of mine before, and he also was in the Cycros Jewel video. We have D-Door, so we'd be able to save this first shrine.
You're expecting me to have D-Door? So sorry, I traded that in fire trap. No, I didn't. But we don't have Meister, so someone has to make bad jokes about being gimped.
Oh, don't feel pressured to fill that role.
Is there a song about that?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna pull out my girlfriend. You guys are welcome to get started on traps or whatever. So the part,
I do need to swap a spell out when I get off timer for it.
I need to swap a spell too. So all the videos in this series have...
You don't have to wait 3 days.
All the quests have, something about them that we're doing just a little bit differently now in Reaper mode, just to make things a little bit easier. We've been blasting through these quests and not really thinking about tactics or strategy. But, with Reaper mode, we got to take these a little more seriously now. And so what I do differently in Vol is in those square rooms that have all the mobs.
Back here out of the trap.
I don't just run in there and it's just aggro everything, because that can, you can get a red dungeon alert, it can turn into a big mess, the gate can come up and separate people. So what I like to do is, from outside of the room, out in the hall, pull as many mobs as you can, and you can kill probably a good half of the mobs. And then once all that's clear, then you all go into the room together, and so that accomplishes 2 things. You're fighting less mobs, and then not having to deal with a red dungeon alert.
Oh shit.
Yeah, these quells hurt. Especially when you don't turn them right away. and it'll help to keep, help to keep us from getting separated by those gates that come up. I'm gonna drop Mama's stone by the shrine. This is a quest that, traditionally, I mean, when we would run this traditionally at level 16 if we were, elite streaking 6 months ago. And, you could blast through this in literally 5 minutes. We'd sit there and we'd farm it out because it was such quick and easy XP. So here you stick to the left.
Oh.
And, you won't get hit by those traps.
Brick?
Duke.
God damn it.
Ina.
I missed the jump. And it slid me right into the trap.
And my junk. My jump is no good. Can't jump worth a crap.
Dead here in a moment. I don't start taking this seriously. I love that Sunburst has a chance to kill these shadows outright. So awesome. Thanks for doing traps, man.
Yeah, but my 3 collectibles.
So even after the traps are disabled, you've got the display bug that, it looks like they're still spinning. All the traps are done, right?
I think I got them all.
Well, we're gonna find out. Yeah, even though they're still spinning, guys, it's just a display bug with these. They're all deactivated.
Off timer.
But as easy as, much of an easy Zerg as this was 6 months ago on Elite, like I said, you gotta take this one seriously now. When you start getting up to mid and high skulls, this one can get so messy. There's just so many mobs, it can really get out of hand. Swap out a spell. We just got done doing Ghost of Perdition and dropped Elemental Toughness to pick up Sunbeam, but I don't have a lot that, I wanted to make sure I was bringing it against the boss. That boss is a pain in the butt. We only do Ghost of Perdition on R4. We only have 4 of us. But, I mean, that boss is just ridiculous. He one-shots all your con away, and you can easily find everybody helpless, and what are you going to do then, So I would just do it typically on nothing higher than R4 for GOP, just to get it done. It's just any higher than that, for me anyways, it's just not worth the effort. And I talked about in Reaper Life how we did that on R7. It was nuts. It was awful. It was an awful experience. It was beyond. It wasn't fun. It was so bad. And we used a lot of resources, res cakes and stuff, to get that one done on R7. And we were smoking it up until the damn end fight. But that's the way that one goes. If you had really good boss DPS, if you had, people really able to stay on top of their stat damage, however, you can do that one, but other than that, with me, I like to use Regenerate, actually. That's, I just throw that and keep that going while I'm fighting the boss, and then I don't take, you know, that just recuperates my stat damage over time. But then I have to recast it every 8 seconds, and if I forget and he blasts me, you know, then I'm helpless. And if, you know, like I said, if he gets enough people helpless, then you're stuck. Let's go left first, please. Remember, we're gonna pull mobs from outside of the room. We're gonna get to about right here, and we're just gonna start pulling stuff. Famine Reaper.
Mine Reaper.
And once everything is dead, then we'll go into the room.
Ow.
Famine's dead. I have Enos Stone. Okay, don't run all the way in, guys. If that gate comes up, and like it just
Fear
did.
Reaper.
This is exactly what I didn't want to have happen. But we'll capture this moment on video, and this is a perfect scenario. Right here, we got separated, and there's a Fear Reaper. Hopefully I can take care of the Fear Reaper.
Well, you do have my stone at least, so the moment I can get up.
Fear Reaper is dead.
There's another one here in the corner on the way to the shrine.
Swell. Let me see if my girlfriend wants to talk to me before I fight him, because I don't have a lot of mana left.
I'm good for a race.
You guys are just gonna have to fight your way around. There's no way around it.
We have to go around.
Here comes the Fear Reaper.
Fear's active. And a famine.
It's a perfect storm.
Stop back here, guys. Stop, 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 stop. There's a bunch of stuff behind us.
Famine's after y'all now.
Well, this video's getting trashed.
Not good. Yep. You guys didn't stop. You have to stop at certain sections too. Shit spawned and you guys ran all the way through it.
And this is a good example of how even when you tell people, shit still
At least
goes
we
wrong.
could get to the shrine from where we died at.
Yeah, there's a lot of respawns in here too. So if you start back, you need to stop at every intersection and make sure you kill everything.
Son of a bitch. I didn't even move.
Underneath the shrine. I'm out of turn.
Incoming. Well, he went right after you, and I'm sitting there plugging away at him.
Carney.
There's the healer. Nail it.
Hey, we're together. Shadows coming.
Named Rat, Champ Rat.
Remnants. So we're going to clear from outside the room, and even once we get as much as we can clear, when we go into the room, just step just inside the gate and move together. Okay, we're good to go. Everybody inside the room, please.
Pig Reaper.
You know, I'm perfectly fine with waiting till our cleric gets up here. A lot of mobs in the next room.
And the reapers are picking on me.
Remnant.
Good to go. Thank you.
Even champion bats can be scary. It's ridiculous.
Champ check.
$63. I'll put those up for roll since it's a big stack.
Nice.
It's a lost soul there. Anybody else rolling on it?
Oh, what's the roll?
D63.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Same thing here, guys. Just pull everything out.
2 Reapers. Plague and a famine. Watch the famine. Famine's here.
They're both dead. Okay, everybody inside the room, please. Just inside the gate. Okay, we just have to turn around.
Gates down.
Behind you.
Grab an aggro.
Remnant.
So,
You take it, Anna. You need it.
Go ahead and come in, guys. Although I don't think a gate would come up here because that would totally lock us out of this section because it came up around the other way.
Oh, I grabbed the soul, sorry. Damn the Reaper. I overstepped, but that was because I was trying to get the famine Reaper.
Can we get a D-door to shrine up before we go to the end fight, please? Let's all please take it. I'll throw a few buffs. Please don't start the end fight, Brick.
Thank you.
This end fight can be tough too. Again, there's another example of how on, when we were elite streaking at level 16, go in there and just smash those 4 vampires, right? But now at level 14, you start getting to mid to higher skull reapers in here. These vampires can turn to a pain in the butt. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. job, guys.
I found it odd. I had this in my hand and still got nailed. Oh, thank you.
Lost pincer, anyone?
I have right wing. That stops you from getting quelled for the intercession.
Yeah, right wing. I need the number 3 and the I. Oh, I got 2 now.
Well, thanks
Somebody
for
else
watching.
needed a right wing?
If you have any
Sorry.
questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube.